Hello everyone, today I'm going to do a review of these tumblers that I ordered from Amazon. If you're just starting to sublimation, you don't want to order a box of 25, 50 tumblers. You can actually get a box of 10 tumblers from Amazon, and I'll post a link in the description. So what you get is you get these 10 tumblers in these boxes, nice colorful boxes. You'll get 10 tumblers. You'll get shrink wrap. You'll get heat tape. Get 10 rubber bottoms. And 10, well actually 20 straws. Each pack has a straight straw, a curved straw, a metal cleaner or a straw cleaner, and 2 rubber tips, and these are metal straws. So that's what you get if you order these 10 tumblers. So what we're going to do is we're going to sublimate one of these tumblers to see how they look sublimated. So let's get started. Okay, so as I mentioned before, we're going to sublimate one of these tumblers and see how they look sublimated. These are 20-ounce skinny tumblers. I've already got a design selected to put on it, and this design is 9.3 by 8.2. So we'll take our tumbler, place our design on here. So I can already tell that I need to trim this down some. So these tumblers may be a little shorter than our normal tumblers that I use. So I'm going to trim this down so my image will fit on the tumbler. I use this Carl rotary trimmer because it can trim very quickly, and just need to trim it a little more. You want it to stop right before it goes around the curve of the tumbler. So I'm going to trim a little bit more off of this. I don't want any of this design to go around the tumbler area right there. There, that's better. Just like that. You should have about an 1/8 of an inch overlap. Okay, so once we've got that, what I do is I set my tumbler down on the table. Make sure your design is upside down, just like your tumbler. Just let it rest on the table. That way it's nice and even. Then I'm going to tape it. We're going to sublimate this in a convection oven. So I start in the middle like this with my overlap, and I put one in the middle, one at the bottom, and one at the top. I say the bottom and top because I'm holding it upside down. Just like that. I put 3 pieces of tape on there. Then I run another piece of tape, and we're going to use the tape that they sent in the box, just to see how well it does. Take that there, run a piece down the middle, kind of put a little bit on it, and then just smooth it down. Just like that. Now, as you can see in my other videos, how I explain about taping tumblers, there's a seam you can see. Just run your thumb down that seam. And then there's turn it around, there's a seam right here you can't see, so you kind of have to feel for it. Once you find it, run your thumb down that seam a few times also. This will help prevent ghosting at the seam, and you'll have a nice seam line. Just like that. Just about 1/8 of an inch overlap. That's all you need. It can be a little less, a little more, just about 1/8 of an inch. So now we got the seam taped. I like to tape the top and the bottom. So you take your tape, go half and half, start at the seam, just pull it around, then drop down and go around again. And then once you get back to the seam, cut it, smooth it out. Just like that. You shouldn't have any wrinkles. If you do, just smooth them out. I like to use this desk just to help smooth it out a little bit. Now we're going to tape the top. Same way. Start halfway, half and half at the seam. And just bring it around. It doesn't have to be perfectly half and half, just close to it. Drop down once you get to the seam and put another row around there. Cut it, smooth it out, and then fold over your tape at the top. Kind of use your table if you want to help smooth out a little bit. And now we are ready to shrink wrap. Now if you have a tumbler press and you want to press this tumbler in a tumbler press, you can press it just like this. Just put your butcher paper over this and put it in your press and you're good to go. But since we're putting it in a convection oven, I am going to shrink wrap this. So we're going to use the shrink wrap that came with these tumblers. And I gotta try and get it open. Here we go. Got shrink wrap on there. Get your heat gun and shrink it up. You don't have to get too close to it. Just trying to get it to shrink, get all the wrinkles out. You don't want to melt it if you get too close. Okay, so now we are ready to put that in the convection oven. So we'll go ahead and heat the convection oven up. We set ours at 380. And we heat our tumblers for 7.5 minutes. I mean, everybody's convection oven's going to be different, so that's what works best for us. It just depends on what kind of convection oven you have. So we'll go ahead and put this in the convection oven, and we'll continue after we've baked it. Okay, so I'm going to put the tumbler in our convection oven. I've got it set for 380. And I've already preheated it. And I'm going to put it in here for 7.5 minutes. And I'm not going to turn it or anything. I'm just going to place it in the center rack and bake it for 7.5 minutes. And then when our time's up, I will remove it and continue the video from there. Okay, we're almost at 7.5 minutes. When we get to our 7.5 minutes, I'll go ahead and remove the tumbler. And we like to cool it down in a sink of water, at room temperature water, not ice cold water. Okay, so we got 7.5 minutes. And I'm going to go and cool this down, and then we'll continue from there. Okay, so I've cooled the tumbler down, and it looks like the shrink wrap held up well at 380 degrees. 7.5 minutes, the shrink wrap didn't melt, so at least we know the shrink wrap is good. We'll go ahead and remove this shrink wrap. Looks like it peels off pretty easy. Sometimes removing the shrink wrap is the worst part of getting the tumbler to stop recording. Okay, so I've removed all the shrink wrap, and now I am going to remove the tape and the paper. The nice thing about the way that I tape these, I just have to grab the tape, untape the top, and then untape the bottom. And then reach in here, grab this little tab, pull that off just like that, and remove the paper. And now we can see how well this tumbler, it looks like it did a good job of accepting the sublimation ink. Looks nice and vibrant. Got a little piece of paper there, I just have to wipe it off with a rag. I usually like to wipe them off with a wet rag when I get all the paper and that off of them. But it looks like the tumbler sublimated well, so I don't see a problem with the tumbler as far as sublimation goes. And what we'll do now is we'll take and put our rubber bottom on there. Kind of just center it, place it on there. Like that. Our lid. And you get a metal, you got your choice of two metal straws, a straight or a curved, with the rubber tips, and you got a straw cleaner. So I think they turned out pretty well. I would recommend these if I was to purchase more. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description on where to get these on Amazon. And hopefully this review is helpful to you. You'll like and you'll subscribe and watch my other videos. Thanks for watching.